This week, our parent company has once again teamed up with the News Literacy Foundation to help shine a light on better information consumption and sharing. MTN's John Riley, Marion Davidson, and Mike Dennison provide a look at how our journalists break down and verify the information that goes into our stories.
At MTN, journalistic objectivity is a core principle that every reporter is expected to follow. That is to say that every story is expected to be fair, accurate, and neutral in its reporting. It is not our place to say what is right or wrong, but rather present truthful information and let our viewers and readers come to their own conclusions. In investigative journalism, our reporters will spend many hours over multiple days looking into a single subject, which was the case when Marion Davidson investigated multi-level marketing companies in Montana.
Part of journalism is holding people in power accountable, holding corporations accountable. And I knew that here in Montana, there's a law that says that multi-level marketing companies have to be registered with the state. And there was a big push recently to get more companies registered. What's important about that, it might not sound like a big deal, but multi-level marketing, there are a lot of people involved in it in Montana. And the only way to make sure that these companies are doing right by the people that work for them is having them register with the state. It's an important part of making sure that these companies are being held to account, following the law, and aren't pyramid schemes, which are illegal.
Marion reached out to the unregistered companies to give them the opportunity to explain their perspective of the situation before running the story. It's important for us to investigate not just the action, but the reason behind the action to provide a more complete picture of the subject we're covering. This is critically important when covering politics. No matter the party, politicians want to establish their narrative for any policy or legislation. As journalists, we look into the rationale and who benefits or is at a detriment as a result. After allegations by one party of a biased Montana judicial system, significant changes were made to Montana law last year that allowed the governor to directly appoint judges rather than having to choose from candidates that were nominated by a committee.
One of the underlying premises of this rationale was that Steve Bullock, the Democratic governor for the previous 8 years, had stacked the courts with liberal judges. I looked at that and said, okay, is that really true? I looked up every single justice as to their background, what their job was before they got appointed as judge, and then I also talked to the people who helped select them, the people who I talked to the chair of the nomination commission. I talked to a couple other judges, one of whom was appointed by Bullock, one of whom who wasn't, about the whole discussion. And this is how we determined who are these people. And what we found out was, the allegation was these were all just a bunch of Democratic trial lawyers. Well, that wasn't the case.
We work diligently for every story that airs on television or is posted to our website to ensure it is accurate and fair. But we're human. Sometimes we make a mistake, or new information comes to light after a story is run. When that happens, we promptly run a correction and clearly identify online what has been changed in the story and why. In doing this, we hold ourselves to the same accountability as the individuals in power we report on. For MTN News, John Riley reporting.
As part of National News Literacy Week, Montana Television Network invites you to a Facebook Live event stopping the flood of misinformation. From the economy to politics to COVID-19, it can be difficult separating fact from fiction. How can you verify sources, and what can you believe on social media? Our panel of experts will help you tackle those questions and more on Thursday at 6:30 on the KTVH Facebook page or with the KTVH streaming app for Roku and other devices. Coming up